Friday, June 28, 2024. I'm continuing not with the engine. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. I have changed the O-rings, the gaskets here, and these gaskets that goes to the cartridge for the oil return. Okay, I have exchanged the housing for the centrifugal that goes back. Whoops, yeah, classic. All right. What I mean by that, I get the new one and put it here, and I get the old one and I put it inside of this box to be returned back to the customer. That's the old one. Alright, old one, it's fine, it's total fine. Nylon bags and these things, back to the owner. Then I have installed the new seal here on the oil separator. I have installed the new seal here on the vacuum pump. The new seal here on the high pressure pump housing, the other small seal here on the, again, high pressure pump housing. So 1, 2, 3 I have done with that. Oil return done. This one, which is just only for install it, okay. Remaining now, I'm gonna change the O-rings for the turbocharger oil feed, the upper and the lower. That's the lower, that's the upper, all right. And this is the corresponding seals here. The wastegate actuators, but I have to get one measurement first from the stock turbos to see the length, to see when it's in close position, how much remaining, the travel, okay, before I change this one, before I touch this one. Here I have the thermostat. This is the old thermostat, and this is the new thermostat. Hey, let's see the difference. What's the difference? Watch this. This on the right, it's not exactly the same thermostat like that. Why I'm saying that? When it's deploying, when it's opening the thermostat and this piston comes back to go to meet this surface here, this one I'm talking about, here. In this case here, you see that's a stainless steel. It's not the rubber, it's this one that's going and sealing inside. Don't make me break it to prove you that, I already know that. On this thermostat, what's happening? This rubber seal, like this one that's missing from here, see here it's missing, you see the holes, the small holes. Here obviously, because brand new, it's not missing, it's here. This after 60-70,000 kilometers, you're gonna end up to be inside of the engine, all right. And the other seal, it's down over there. You cannot see through the phone, no. So what I'm gonna do, let me show you. I'm putting this one, the old one, in the box. Lovely. I'm keeping this outside. Pay attention. The new seal, it's already here. It comes with a new seal at this point. Keep it there for now. Yeah, let's put this in the box. This goes back to the owner. All right. Then I'm gonna send back at the office this piece, because I don't know what are we gonna do with the pipes, okay. If we put the expansion tank here to be independent, then I'm gonna change it, but the fitting is gonna stay. I need the fitting, obviously. I'm gonna change this one. If it stays like that, like this, looks fine, right? Yeah, so until I get an answer, this is, like I said, for the breather pipe, the bleeding pipe, okay. This is the oil pickup tube O-ring that I don't want it because I put a new one, obviously. This is the seal that comes on the water pump housing here. That the water pump, it comes with this seal, but it's not coming with a gasket. Don't ask me what kind of nonsense is that. I mean, it makes sense with a water pump to supply together the gasket, not to give you this O-ring for the thermostat. I mean, it makes sense to give you both, but I'm just saying. This goes back at the office, and this is the small O-ring, like I said, that this is this one, right? That's the one. So these things, I don't want it. I'm gonna return it back at the office. Then, ignition coils. I'm gonna change the electrical connector of the ignition coil here, the wire, all right? And I'm replacing it with this part number, that these are more thick. Fair enough. I believe that has more protection, you know, to minimize any possibility of any failure. That's why I'm using this. In all of the engines we are using this now. What in hell is that? This from the box. Let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Don't end up in the engine. Yeah. That's the plan. Okay. Let me now dress the pipes with the O-rings. Throw the nylon bags in the box. Take the parts. Put it over there. I have to show you something there. Ah, yeah. I have to secure also down. I have to put also this for the nuts. Yeah. I have to put this for the nuts. Then the final gonna keep the wastegate actuator. Yeah. That's the plan. It's gonna be a short video. It's not gonna be a long video, by the way. Okay. It's been washed, doesn't come out, and I don't want to sand it because if I start sanding it with a wire wool, it's gonna look like somebody sanded. So like this, it's perfect fine. You're not gonna feel anything inside because there's nothing to go out. If you scratch it, yes, it will. Clear? Clear. Let me take care of the parts and dress also, like I said, the pipes with the O-rings to... Why I'm start doing it with one hand? I don't get it. Why? And then I'm gonna put inside of this nylon bag the old O-rings. I'm gonna put this bag inside of this bag, and inside of this bag all the O-rings to be all together. We don't have so many. Yeah, stop talking, start doing it. Now the old connectors for the ignition coils are here inside. The O-rings for the oil, the turbocharger oil feed. I have the ignition coils here up. Alright, I have the turbocharger oil return line there with oil feed somewhere there. The new thermostat here. The rest of the parts, they can stay here for now. The small guides for the covers, I already put them on. I need also the charge pipe with the blow valve. Yay, man, forget about that. Then I have installed the stainless steel piece. I don't know how it's called. That's it's keeping the nuts from getting loose. Yeah, it's the last thing what you are thinking about to come loose, to come undone the nuts, because usually what's happening on a bone stock application, when you tune it, it's warming up so much and then start bending, and then what's happening is snapping the stud. I saw you before that on this engine there was one broken stud. I think it was from the bank to here. This is the most common actually, and it's not the first time. Yeah. Then I get a steady point. I get a measurement from here. You see the silver here, this dot with a closed wastegate. I get a measurement from here till here, and the same thing also from this side here till this side when it's fully closed, and I compare it with the other one outside. So on the left, it's from the upgrade, from the turbocharger upgrade. By the way, there's nothing wrong, even from the factory, the OEM. That's why I bring another two here, but these are not clean. How the fuck I'm gonna show you? Even from the factory, there is an adjustment because it cannot have. It's not consistent. If it was consistent, if this was always on the correct position all the time, also the casting, the hole here, the bracket, everything was in the same position, you're not gonna see any adjustment on the rod. They have this adjustment because it has to be specific the length, and has to pull to close the wastegate to don't stay open. So aftermarket on the left, OEM on the right. We have 161.8 millimeters. My measurement, okay. If you measure it from the keyhole here till here up, because it has 100 millimeter plus minus. It's not so much. There is no run out. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about from here to here. That's why I'm measuring from the top. This is only for comparison. All right. Then, where was I? This 161.8 and the OEM it's 160.9. All right. There is minus. This is shorter by 0.9 of millimeter, almost 1 millimeter, and the aftermarket turbos, the length it's 139.6 millimeters. When the OEM it's 138.3 millimeters. That means there is the difference. One it can be there, the other not that much. Obviously, we are talking about the difference 1.3 millimeters. All right, So one it can be there, the other one can be there. It's a very small difference. I'm gonna compensate for that. Then for the long rod, this is the long rod, the one that has the dent that's not straight, but there is no problem. And plus, like I said, there is nothing wrong. It will gonna work. Just for a peace of mind, I'm gonna put this one. I mean, see the difference from this to this. Makes sense, right? Why I want to change it. And check, let us say, this one that has a dent here versus this one. And this, like I said, I cleaned it before. It does have oil inside, does have nothing. This is how we receive it. That has a mark here and here. And this is, I haven't touched it, and looks like that nobody touched before. This is from the heat, that's why you see these signs. But this will gonna change because I'm gonna touch it. So where was I? Yeah, 195.7 versus this rod here that it's at 200.95. We have 5.25 millimeter more length here, and you can see from the remaining threads. You see how many threads here, and you see how many threads here. All right. Once again, there's nothing wrong. This I'm doing it for me to don't have any headache, to don't have to remove again the actuators and have to do all this later on with the engine in the car. All right. So the OEM 175, the aftermarket 178.3. Here it's 3.3 millimeters longer on the aftermarket. So I can add this number to this one here, and it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be fine. Here I might not touch at all. It's a little bit shorter. I'm gonna see about that. Yeah, all right. The thing is to don't complain the ECU. Well, that's the first thing. To don't complain the tuner, the ECU. These two is the same. And to pull back and close the wastegate. You know, don't keep it, let us say, imagine to fix everything and to stay the wastegate, let us say, instead of being there full shut, to be there. Yeah, there you're gonna have some issues. That's the thing. Let me finalize this and put it on. Yeah, I need to hide also this. I'm gonna put it back again in place because this I haven't cleaned. These are used on, and you can see how it looks like. All right. The safe, the nuts here. Okay, let me make some small adjustments. Clearly, you're not gonna see again this color. I'm gonna disappear this color, but I'm gonna write the measurements to have it as a reference, just in case. All right. So, yeah, let's do also that. Did I show you that I secure the nuts? I put this stainless steel piece. Yeah. Doing that. After that, can I put the... Yes, I can put the collector. Why not? And I can put also the engine mount bracket. Why not? I can put even the alternator, but I'm not gonna torque it down because I have to pass the wiring. I can put the AC compressor, since I'm gonna put the turbocharger oil return. The oil feed I cannot put it, but I can put the return. And I can put also, since I put the bracket, engine mount bracket, and the AC compressor, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Just, you know, there is a checklist and there is an order. So when you skip the order, yeah, I'm just trying to do it with a way that, okay, skip the timing, leave to do it later. Let's continue with the rest to be ahead, to don't delay. That's my point. I'm not sacrificing quality or I'm in a hurry or something. Just I'm gonna find in front of me. I can even put the pulley here because now on the new water pump there are no threads inside, and the bolt of the pulley, it creates the threads. It's like it's self-tapping. Not only on the M057, the most Mercedes engines water pumps are like that. Yeah, anything else? Do I remember anything else? No. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. First I'm gonna finalize the actuators, and then the rest. I don't have the spark plugs. I'm waiting also the HKS spark plugs. I need to gap it first and then indexing the spark plugs or gapping the spark plugs and then install it. Yeah. Moving on. Wastegate actuators back in place. I didn't make any adjustment on the bank 2 because on the bank 2 there was only the difference was 0.4 of millimeter. This is how much was the difference. The only adjustment what I did, it's similar to this but not that much out. It's 1 millimeter shorter the rod here. Okay, you see it's 20.7, this 22.65. This is if you subtract the 178.3 from the 200.95, the same thing also here and here. So any adjustment, if it doesn't work, we can do it. There is no problem at all. You just remove this one, you lose the nut, and you can go to extend it or close it. It depends. Now, these two actuators goes back to the customer. All right. Later on, the guys, they're gonna open it, they're gonna wrap it, they're gonna put in the boxes because I have also the nylons there inside. I have everything, but not now. Let's continue. Yeah. What I have done till now, I have installed the heat shield, I have installed the brackets, the collector downpipe, called as you like. All right. Nice in place. The heat shield for the engine mount bracket. The alternator is just hanging here because I think that I mentioned that earlier. I have to pass the cable from here. That's why it's not being bolted down for the solenoid here. All right. AC compressor on tensioner, guided pulley here in place. Same thing from this side. The heat shield, engine mount bracket. One difference on the AC compressor. So don't forget it. I have already blocked the lines, so don't contaminate it. Don't be contaminated the AC compressor, the new one. All right. These bolts are the new bolts that came with AC compressor, and I replaced one bolt. I replaced this bolt because the old AC compressor has a short bolt down there, so I put the long one, like what has the other one. These are the old bolts, the plugs. Now I have to take it outside. I don't want to keep it here inside the engine room with the engine open. Doesn't make any sense. Just bring it in to show you the plugs and the bolt. I'm gonna throw it out. Then this bolt that it was, I think it was from this side on this bracket. It's not anymore, obviously. It has the same bolts left and right. All right, and it doesn't vibrate. This, okay, it's waiting the bracket here to be bolted. But again, it doesn't make any sound. None of the heat shields. All right. Oxygen sensors, primary, secondary, being bolted on. I just placed the flex plate bolts there. I just placed it there to reduce the amount of parts that I have here up. These are the old cam adjusters. When it comes the time, I'm gonna put in the box of the new cam adjusters. You're gonna see that when it comes the time. Today it comes also the pipe here for the heater core. I can install it. What else? Now, this one. This I can put here inside. I don't want it. Yep. Then, with what I'm continuing? I will gonna continue with the engine mounts. I'm gonna open the blow valve. I'm gonna clean the pipe because I just wipe it before I bring it here inside. I'm gonna open the blow valve, clean it, put the lubrication inside. This they fit. Nice, they do fit. Nice, that's a good one. Okay, the bolts. When I finish, I'm gonna bolt it down actually. Then it's always welcome when you have this kind of mounts, or even the OEM engine mounts, to have all the heat shields in place. You know, don't miss any. The best heat shield is from the MLGLE that goes from up till down. That's hiding completely the collector. You're gonna tell me it does have catalytic converters, it's a straight pipe, has a turbo upgrade. You're not gonna warm up, you're not gonna increase so much the temperature like the stock application that's glowing everything here. Yeah. So next thing, I have the parts over there. Yeah, it's just placed here. I have also the transmission, but I don't have a seals, I don't have a gaskets for the transmission, I have only the clutches. But yesterday they told me that the transmission, it's new, the one that I have to build. It might worth it, since I'm waiting for the studs. I'm gonna finish the engine mounts, obviously, and this charge pipe with the blow valve, and then I'm gonna wrap it to don't be contaminated, don't contaminate the engine by any means, and then I can continue with the transmission. If I open it and I see that the main gasket, the big gasket that has on the bell housing, it's not peeling away, it's not coming apart, I can reuse it again. I have done this before. And if I see that the seals are okay, we're gonna be plug and play, just changing the clutches, check the clearance, everybody happy, and move on, right? Yeah, but this will gonna happen later. Let me throw out the AC compressor and start working on the engine mounts. Yeah. I was wondering why to change the bushings inside, and then I saw this plane. Yeah, I think it's about time. Alright, let's do it to finalize also this. What I was saying about the connector, the pipe, I just received it. There we go. I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm gonna continue with the engine mounts. I put also the adapter for the boost reference here. Yeah. Done. Let's continue there. One engine mount, it's done. All right. It feels nice. It feels solid. I mean, it plays up and down. This one, it's not moving at all. Now, let's compare how it was. This was the upper bushes. The upper side, and this one is where it comes all the weight, and on this one. So that's the new one. All right, this is for the other one, obviously. This is already done. And yeah, actually, you can see this is the same. All right, you can compare it to see how they deform. This is nice thing from which point? Instead of changing completely the engine mount, you just open it and you service it. You put a new inside, finish the story. So if it's cheap, this one's worth it. This will gonna keep it forever. It depends the price, right? And depends how often it comes the wear like that. Yeah, actually, what can you do? You can get this one, the other one upper from here, and make one. So you can have 1.5. Just kidding, because the upper they don't have a problem. It's maybe we're gonna have on this one. We're gonna see. Don't be fast to talk, right? Don't be in hurry. Now, the only thing what I did, I make one line here, one line here, one line here, just in case you don't mix it up. And the same thing I'm gonna do on that. 1, 2, 3. Also here, to be again on the same position. Let's move on. Let's move on, and then I'm gonna install them. These bushes, I'm gonna put it in this nylon bag, where was the new one, and I'm gonna give it back to the owner. Continue. Yeah, similar to the other one. I already break it loose. It's not coming that easy out. Yep, that's the middle one, like the other one. That's the upper, and that's the lower. You have to push it this way to crack it open, because they stick on the wall. Alright, at the end, all of those inside of the nylon bag. Alright, let's prepare also this one. Looking good and feels nice. It's been torqued down, by the way. All right, now this there, back to the customer. Before I continue with the blow valve, I need to wrap the engine and standing by for the studs, right? Yeah, it is what it is. What to do? At least we had some progress, right? When it comes to studs, yeah, all right. Let me open the blow valve to put also the blow valve on the video. First, I'm gonna wrap, like I said, the engine to see if there is any problem. If there is no problem, I'm gonna just wash it and put it back together, and then storage it back over there with the rest of the parts. Yeah, let me show you that I wrap the engine and the blow valve, like I said. Yep. It's supposed to be closed, everything here, and it's supposed to be dressed now with a wiring harness, and it's supposed to be a little bit different than now, not to be open like this. Yeah, never mind, moving on. And that's how it's gonna look like the engine until it comes the studs. Dang it, stick over there. Alright, let's open it. Yeah, I opened it for no reason. At least I know, right? The seal down here looks okay to don't escape the boost. The membrane up, it looks beautiful. I don't see any problem whatsoever. The housing looks okay, just only need to be washed. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm going to clean the parts, then put it together, a little bit of Vaseline on the seals. The engine standing there. Now next video, when I'm gonna receive the studs. Thank you very much, over and out, have a nice weekend. Today, Friday, right? Yeah, it's still Friday, June 28th. Thank you.